Hi, Chad. It's so great to see you here. I am super excited to share more about you and how thinking into results has really helped you level up and make those shifts and move towards those goals in your life. And I wanted to do this interview with you to just have the opportunity to jump on this call with you and also to share with others. That are maybe thinking about, taking that leap of faith. So first of all, welcome. So glad you're here.
Well, thank you, Tara. I'm very happy that you asked me to be a part of this.
So first of all, Chad, can you tell us a little bit about yourself? Tell us just a little bit about you and anything, and you can think of maybe like that older version of you and maybe those people out there that you love and and you would love to reach more people. But can you tell us just a little bit about you?
How far back do you want me to go?
Yeah, just whatever you think is like, whatever you feel intuitively is great to share.
Well, I think the start of everything that probably changed my life was my dad's passing when I was 8 years old. That made me take on a different role in life with basically being almost like a husband to my mom and a father to my sister. That changed, I don't know, changed more around the age of 35 for me. And I started letting go of that a little bit. But then I've been in the oil patch, or I was in the oil patch for almost 27 years. And I think that brought out a lot of anger in me. And I always wanted things done now and perfect and no patience at all. And of course, the anger was very, very high at that time because you're dealing with so many people that aren't thinking. I can say that now because I know I'm one of the people on earth that actually are thinking for the most part. So yeah, I mean, right now I'm semi-retired and I have more patience than I've ever had in my life. And I see very, very little anger in myself anymore. I take everything very calm and I respond instead of react. Is that right?
Yeah, exactly. That's leadership, thinking into results, right? Responding, yeah. Real leadership. And I know too, just for anyone that's watching this, Chad, because you are thinking into results. And as Bob would say, if you're going to invest time or energy into anybody or anybody's business, you should probably work with someone who's thinking into results. So what is that you're doing right now? If you'd like to share with anybody who is going to watch this interview and maybe wants to reach out to you or learn more about you, what is it that you're up to right now or that you're inspired around?
So I've gone through the Thinking into Results program one time around, and I'm working on it again for, I guess, like a fast start sort of on my own, sort of for the next couple weeks. My plan will be to go in to lead the field, of course. And right now, my big thing is, I've said it before on a Facebook Live, actually, before I joined this program, was the best investment in the world is yourself. So to me, invest in yourself and everything else falls into place. So right now I'm investing huge into myself. My physiology is number one in my life right now. I committed to 90 days and today is day 65 of my 90. I think everybody should start with a small amount of physiology because once the body's in harmony, then you can help others. And my big goal in life is to be there for more people and show them their true selves like you've done for me, Tara.
Thank you. And I know, Chad, too, you're a part of is it Forex?
Yeah, I'm a part of a company that works in the Forex markets. It's based out of Panama. and it's an online system. Yeah. So basically a passive income. You can grow it as a business or just have it as an investment. It's been great. I've been in it just a year now, and we should be hearing very shortly here. We have a brand new office opening in Panama. Ribbon cutting should be coming here in the next month or so.
Awesome. So if anyone wants to learn more about investing, or how they can, join you on that path, they can reach out. I'm going to leave Chad's information. So Chad, what challenges did you have before thinking into results? Like, what challenges did you have, and why did you decide to invest in yourself?
I knew there was more out there than what we see. I've never been, I guess, I don't want to say this in the incorrect way and be somewhat political, but I didn't want to follow the herd. I know that there is a ton of people that follow each other, and I just have never been that type of person. I remember a quote I said to my mom years ago when I came to the oil patch. I was very disappointed in the structure of it and the way that it was run and the way that people were not brought up. They weren't told they were good. They were always told they were bad. And I said, I'm going to change the oil patch. And she said, you're one person, you'll never do that. And I said, no, that's wrong. And I remember a quote very much from the TIR program that Bob says, one person can change the world. Because in that video, Bob says, I'm the one, I had one person change my world, and I might be the person that changes your world. And it always starts with someone. So that part there is amazing, right?
Yeah, I love it. And that's so true. And that's what you're doing. And that's what you do when you start leading, right? It's leading from within and really starting to inspire and encourage others to see that they can do, be, and have anything they want to, right? And it's through the self that we start doing that. So those were some of your challenges, and you made that investment to really start doing some of your internal work and going within and studying yourself and diving into the mindset. And you've been doing that for a while now, and you're still committed. I mean, sounds like this is going to be a commitment for the rest of your life, hopefully, as you move forward, because you have some big goals and dreams. But what fears did you have about making that decision to move forward, and maybe speaking to like an older version of you, or some of those people that that aren't thinking and are getting just crappy results and are just really stuck? What were some of those fears that you had about moving forward and making the decision to invest in yourself and study you?
Well, the first fear, I think, in everyone is going to be the money. That's hard. I mean, people throw money away on all sorts of things. I've done it in my life. I've thrown away tons of money on lots of things that, never ever panned out to be anything. But when if you actually sit down and just think about it for a short period of time, it can be 5 minutes or it can be a half an hour. But when you think about the investment into yourself, there's no money that can compare to investing in yourself. It doesn't matter, because when you understand yourself, you are going to grow so much internally and so much, you're going to have so much more to give. And when we give, we always receive. And you don't have to see it. You don't have to be able to see it. I've always been that type of person where I need to see a result, or I need to understand it more. And I was scared. I was really scared with TIR because I had no idea. I had no idea that I had the strength to do this. But when you're accountable, which that was my game changer, was the accountability. I mean, you, Tara, you pushed me to, and I wouldn't even say push me. You just kind of dripped little things in during calls or during our private calls or whatever. And it made me realize that the accountability portion is one of the biggest portions of this program. And being accountable in our group, it's like having this big cheerleading section, because there's nobody that's negative. Everybody's there to support you. If we had more of this in the world, we would have peace. We'd have 100% peace in the world. And so when I look back on it, I don't even understand how I had fear. I don't, like now, looking at what I was thinking back then, I'm like, what were you thinking? You know? So, yeah, there's fears. I think there's always fears. I think there's fears in my physiology challenge every day that, you know, I want to do better for me. Because when I'm better for me, I can be better for others. And that's my goal in life, is to be able to be there for more people in any way, shape, or form. You know, whether it be in business, a helping hand, or a personal problem, you know, I want to be there for people.
Yeah, and you touch on a couple really good points. And first of all, accountability is the glue to commitment. So, you know, when we're held accountable and we have the support that's going to help us really level up, then success is pretty much inevitable. And then the other thing that I can hear is, well, you're not the same person that you were that was stuck in those fears. That's why it's hard to go back there, because through this material, you start to create the programming that you want and move towards that. And that's part of your self-image. And with people I know that have a challenge to move forward, when money comes up, and faith is a big one, that's just part of their self-image. And that's because we're programmed to make decisions from our current circumstances. We're programmed to make decisions from those hurts and from the past, all the past crap. And so in order to take that, you know, that leap of faith, because that's literally what you have to do, you're going to have to get uncomfortable. And that's what you did. And then you have to make those decisions from the person that's creating that success. And that's what seems so illogic. So we always say you got to do the illogic. And that's why getting uncomfortable is so important, because if someone comes in and they're not a little bit scared or excited, there's something wrong. Because I know that if they're scared and excited, they're exactly where they need to be. And you've never done anything like this. Most people have never come into this kind of a mentorship and studied material like this every day and with accountability, and had like a team or a group supporting them. So it's just it's something you'd never experienced, but you did it, right? What would you say now, where you're at, and you've been spending a significant time on doing the internal work and studying, thinking into results, and we're going to be moving you into lead the field. What would you say is the biggest thing, or your biggest accomplishment that you're proud of, that you've accomplished with this program?
The biggest thing would be just learning and gaining knowledge. Like, it's not that I didn't want to read more books back in the day, but I guess I wasn't maybe guided to the right books. The books that we've studied in TIR, shouldn't say we studied in TIR, but that are given to us to, you know, take on if we want, they're exciting, and you don't want to put them down, right? You want to learn more. And the other side of the thing is because I've become more in touch with God, I noticed the entire program and every book I've been given is based around God and stuff, which is amazing to me, because that's where I want to go in my life, right? And so the knowledge side of the things, me being more dedicated to myself, the persistence, you know, affirmations, all these things are amazing. But the number one thing would be that I'm 100% on my physiology, which I've wanted to do for quite a few years. I was fairly steady in 17, but then went back to a field job, and then I kind of fell off. And now I've got more freedom and stuff, and I've been able to stick with it, and it gets better and better every day. It becomes I feel at ease now when I go for an 8 or 10 kilometer walk or run or whatever I'm doing that day, depending on the day of my program. And just, I guess, understanding myself more and knowing that the anger and the hurt that was inside of me, it all came from me. I couldn't blame anyone else, right? And when you go and do that deep study, that the only person you have to blame is yourself, and you take that and you understand why you were blaming yourself, you become just, well, for me, I've become a calm person, and I see others that, they've got anger and hurt in them, and they're not understanding that they can't make excuses. It's no one else's fault, it's theirs. You know, you have to take on all them blames. You have to take on all your excuses. And when you do that, you get to more of a peaceful area. I mean, I have tons of room to grow, and I'm so excited about the future, but I know that I'm going in the right direction now, and that it's mind blowing. It literally is mind blowing. And just, I remember being accountable for the first time when you asked me to post in the main group of my accountability sheet for TIR. That was scary, but it was the greatest thing I did by following what you said. I didn't do it because I wanted to. I did it because I felt it was something that needed to be done. I felt guided in the right direction, and you have to be a great follower to be a great leader. And I feel that I've got the right people to follow, that I can become a great leader. And I'll take a quote from a mentor in my Forex thing. He says, "It's not a bad thing to be a copycat as long as you're copying the right cat."
That's so true. And, studying this material, we've got Bob. Bob is my mentor, leading me and keeping me on my toes. And right. So we want to have really great mentors. We want to have really great leaders. And we want to know when to lead and know when to follow. And Chad, that's one thing that I've loved about working with you, is that you're super coachable. And I'm really grateful for that, because I think that is the biggest challenge that a lot of people have, is they either have they have too much knowing and they think they know everything, but their results reflect that they don't, or they don't have enough confidence and they don't have enough positive self-image to take those steps to move in this direction. And so that's one thing with you, is you had enough confidence, and you were open enough that you were able to go, okay, I'm going to be coachable. I'm going to do this. And that's why you've created so much success. And it's so true. I always say, if you stick with this and you're coachable, which is, again, that means becoming an incredible follower of this material, then you're being an incredible leader, that you're going to need like a telescope to look back at where you were when you started. Like, don't you think that's so true?
Yes, 100%. Like I said, I have a hard time even looking back at just about 6 months ago when I started this program, and we had connected a few times in 2020, and I just wasn't ready for some reason. But even when it kind of came to fruition that I should be in it, and I had them fears, I'm not sure exactly what the fears were. I think we're all scared to be who we're really meant to be, you know. Again, I'll take a quote, and I wish I could remember the guy Bob was quoting in it, but they say 2% of the population think, 3% think they think, and 95% of the population would rather die than think. Well, on the planet right now, we're seeing that huge. And even back when I think Bob created this program, I want to say around 2007-ish. And he was saying even back then, it's so true. We've got too many people that it's too hard to go and do the work. I'll tell you right now, it's not easy. But the best part of it is like I said in a video I did today, start physiology for 5 minutes, and then you're going to want to do 10. You're going to want to do 15, and you're going to keep pushing yourself because it feels good. When you start diving into who you are as a human, or as a spirit would be even better. When you start diving into who you are, you're not going to want to stop, because it is mind-blowing how much you have to offer to yourself and to the world.
Yeah, I love that. And you have so much to offer. I just can't wait to see where you're going to go. And I always think, imagine Bob studied this material for over 60 years. He studies every day. Can you imagine, like, where are you going to be, in the next 5, 10, 20 years? It's going to be amazing. So I'm super excited. Chad, how satisfied were you with the Thinking into Results program and the coaching services that were provided to you?
I'm not sure there's actual words for it. I'm very grateful. Very, very grateful. Yeah, it's been life-changing. You've always been there for me. The group, like I said, they're they're like cheerleaders to you. All you got to do is step out of your comfort zone, and be comfortable in your uncomfortable spots. I mean, doing videos for me wasn't a lot of fun. I mean, even being on a Zoom, I'm shocked that I'm doing it. When I look back at the start of this program, I could barely sit in front of a Zoom call, and that could be with my best friend. It wasn't something I enjoyed. I enjoy them now. I enjoy seeing that I can, see face-to-face people from around the world and learn and yeah, I'm 100% grateful for you, Tara, for the group, for the Thinking into Results program, for Bob and Sandy, building this. Can anything be improved? 100%. But what TIR has done for me, and how you as my coach have treated me, I can't say enough. It's over the moon. Amazing.
Thank you. That's so good. And I just want you to know that I'm super grateful for you too. Again, I love working with you, Chad, and I love working with clients that are, regardless of what's happened in their past, and that are ready to really step out and lead. And I believe that there's no better time than right now to lead. I mean, the leader that you're looking for, whoever you are, if you're watching this, it's really you. Nobody's going to do it for you. So we have to take 100% responsibility, and we have to start leading. And it's wonderful to work with just people like yourself, clients like yourself that are coachable and willing to do the work, because you're right, it's not easy. There's times where it's a lot of work, but then that's the thing. If you do the work, it's easy. It gets easier and easier, to the point where if you don't do the work, Chad and I were talking about that before this interview, where you feel like something's missing. It's kind of like if you woke up and you didn't brush your teeth, it'd be like something's not right here, right? And so that's what this does for you. And that's one thing, like, I know it is oftentimes the self-image. It's obviously the paradigm, which is that programming, the money, all that crap stops people. I always say, hey, take that leap of faith and invest in yourself and spend 6 months on yourself. And if it doesn't work, I'll give you your money back. I have no problem saying that, because I've never experienced anybody who didn't make that commitment and made a commitment to be coachable and do everything that Bob says, everything that I say, because I'm being obviously mentored by Bob. It didn't just have the most incredible results, life-changing results. How do you feel about yourself now, Chad, after finishing the Thinking into Results program? Now, we know we never really finish. And that's one thing I always tell people, because oftentimes we're programmed to think, oh, it's a program, I'm done. So I always tell my clients as they come in, look at this as a new way of living. Look at this as just a new way. But now that you've gone through that first round of Thinking into Results, Yeah, just how do you feel about yourself that's different?
Looking at myself, excuse me, I can look at myself and see the strength, the passion, the commitment, um, you know, the mirror work that we can do. I do it every day now. Self-confidence formula. If I don't do it in the morning, I almost feel like I forgot something, like you said, brushing your teeth. But it's my self-confidence formula for me that if I don't read that in the morning in the mirror, I feel lost. I feel like I missed something in the day, and I'm like, there's something I haven't done that I know I need to do. What was it? But seeing who I am really inside, I know that I can change thousands, hopefully hundreds of thousands of lives on this planet while I'm still here. And I have a vision board, and I know that all of everything that's on that vision board is accomplishable. It will happen. Do I know how it's going to happen? No, I don't. But I don't need to know that. I need to have faith and belief that it's going to happen, and to believe that it's already here. Um, that's something I think I missed when I first started doing a vision board about 4 years ago. I watched The Secret many times, but there's some stuff that's missing out of The Secret that you get when you go to TIR. They tell you the stuff that's missing out of that movie, which is amazing. So now that I believe that things are happening for me, and that they're here, I just feel grateful every morning I wake up. Mm, I would have never guessed that, in the mornings, I would, thank God every morning and thank God every night. That wasn't who I was. And I'm not saying the program brought that out in me exactly, but it did to a point, because it's made me who I've truly been my entire life. I was just missing it. And now that I get to be who I want to be and not who the world wants me to be, life is way easier. It's just, I find a comfort in my own life now. I'm not, I love more. I love people more. Can I love everyone? Yes, I can. Can I be around everyone? No. No, I can't. There's certain people that you're just never going to change. And you just keep dripping on them and hoping that someday they will. And if they don't, that you can't take it personally, because that's something I used to do. I used to take every single thing personally, that it was always against me, and none of it was, and none of it is now. And the only thing that causes me conflict is me. So it's, I don't know. I love it. I love everything.
Oh, that's so good. I love your share. And one thing, Chad, too, is that I've really noticed with you when you came into this material, and we've known each other for a very long time, and we've spoken for many years at different times. And something I didn't know too is that we actually have a mutual family member, which was kind of crazy. I didn't know that, right? Look at the things you find out. Such a small world.
Yeah.
Um, is that you have really connected, like, as I've seen you grow as a leader, I've seen you connect it to your heart in a way that I hadn't seen before. And I think that's what's really beautiful about you. And I just really want to congratulate you and just say I honor you, because that place where now you can go to your emotion, like you're connected to your emotion and allowing yourself to feel. And I think that there's a lot of programming around that with men in particular, that have shut off their feelings and are calloused and in a lot of pain, and just numbing. And however the medication is being delivered, but it's that coping and it's not working. It's so wonderful to see just you in this light of just being yourself and being authentic and being able to go to that space. And I know, just as the coach here and mentor leading, that it's had just such a positive effect on other people in the group too, and other men. And so I want to really congratulate you, because that is because of all your work. that's the work that you've been doing. And it's just going to get even better and better and better. And so I wanted to say, like, I'm really, really proud of you. I'm proud to know you. I just feel like it's just such an honor and a privilege. And I truly feel that way with anybody that makes that decision to move into this material, because as Bob says, as soon as you make the decision, you're winning. Like, you've made a decision to lead. And I just feel what an honor and a privilege to be with other incredible humans that are truly spiritual beings that are making the decision to lead in their lives. So I really honor you. And I feel so grateful. I feel so emotional because it's just so, you're just another me. And how beautiful is that?
Well, I
Last
really
question.
appreciate that. Thank you.
You're welcome. Last question I have is, what would you recommend to people who are watching this video?
I would recommend that if you are watching this, you've already made the right step, because obviously you want to change yourself. I think that's something I started doing before I entered the program. Was I was always watching Tara's lives on Facebook, and if I had a down day, I would just open Facebook up and search Tara and find a positive video she was doing, just because every time I seen her positivity, it made me feel better. That's what this whole program is. It's positivity. Better done than perfect, as you would say, Tara. And I've been doing the better done and perfect for the past 6 months in the program, or a little better now. And there's videos I do, and I'm sure they're not perfect, but if it helps one person, that's life changing. If you're watching this video, get on a 30-minute call with Tara, a complimentary call, or call me and ask me. Reach out to me on Facebook and ask me directly about the program, and I'll do it. I probably talk to you for like 4 hours, but that's just because I talk a lot. But no, like, if you're thinking about it, make that decision and make it right now. That's something that we're taught. When you feel that you've got a decision, don't think about it, make it. It's the right one. It came into your head for the right reason, or into your mind for the right reason. It's there to be made. Now, jumping off a cliff, that's not a decision you should probably make immediately, unless it's going to be safe to do so. But when it comes to this stuff, you're bettering yourself, and there's no better investment in the world than you. You are the best investment. You will always be the best investment for yourself. So if you're watching, reach out to either myself or Tara. Tara would be more than happy to talk to you, and so would I. So it's worth it 110%, more than that. Again, I'm so grateful for being able to be a part of this program and be on the journey with Tara and all the other great leaders that are a part of this program.
Thank you, Chad. And yeah, I'm happy. I mean, the bigger purpose of my life is to positively and significantly impact as many people as possible. And that's what this material does. And that's why you're just naturally offering yourself and saying, hey, reach out to me, because it's just had such an amazing, a powerful impact. And when this material is that kind of an impact, you just want to help other people. I always say it's kind of like when you find the cure to cancer. I mean, what a disservice you would do other people if you weren't sharing. And
That's right.
I mean, truly, I know hundreds of people that have come into this material with incurable sicknesses. I actually know personally 4 consultants that came into this material with incurable sicknesses, and the material healed them of those diseases where the doctor said they wouldn't heal. And they were like, now I'm going to be a consultant, because of course it just had such a powerful impact. So thank you so much, Chad. It's just been such an honor, and I'm just so I'm so grateful to be here on this journey with you. It's just going to get better and better and better. I hope that the people that are around me and clients and just anyone that's checking up on what I'm doing, that they're going to see more of you too, because I just think you're such an incredible leader. I think there is so much that you're going to be giving this planet as we move forward. And I can't wait to just see how that unfolds and what that looks like, and just to be here with you. So thank you so much. Okay.
Really
Thank
blessed.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Chad. Okay.